You're helping me out, girl.
All right. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. For those who don't know me, my name is Kayla Joshua. I'm a financial service strategist, and what I do is teach people how to make 100K in 90 days using my platform. I have a special guest here today, one of my business partners slash mentors by the name of Tequila Woodbine. And this is Tequila Woodbine from out of Memphis, and she's going to be here today to give us some information about insurance and annuities, as well as just anything pertaining to insurance that you may have questions on. So I definitely wanted to bring somebody that's a specialist in that area. So that way, if you have any questions or concerns, you'll be able to ask her. And you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
Sure. First of all, thank you so much, Kayla, for inviting me to your
My
platform.
pleasure.
Yes, I'm so excited to share what I've learned, one of the best kept secrets. My name is Tequila Woodbine, and the name of my organization is called the Money Medics. And let me tell you why that name. My background is healthcare. My background is healthcare administration. I actually started out in the career because my son, who's now is 22, was misdiagnosed. I was taking him to the doctor, and I kept telling him something was wrong with my son, and they kept telling me he's okay. Long story short, found out by the age of 5 years old that he was deaf, which really intrigued me to get into the healthcare industry. I figured that I can help others. We know our children better than these doctors know them. So got in, started out as a paramedic, went back to school, got my degree in healthcare administration. And I found out that people don't understand money. All right. So I was actually running the ER during COVID, and I was given an ultimatum of either take the vaccine or quit my job. And I end up walking away from my career. That was 4 years ago. Got into this business, actually met this young lady on LinkedIn. She reached out to me and asked me, was I interested in learning more about how I can make some additional income? I was so interested. Thankfully to her that I was able to quit my job, but I had already had a business. And so my business allowed me to quit my job. I was actually making, okay, you guys, this is so serious. I was making anywhere from five to $10,000 a month on a part-time basis, teaching people about life insurance and financial literacy. So when they gave me that ultimatum, I was like, I didn't care because I had another source of income. Fast forward, my first year in the industry, I made over $60,000 on a part time basis. So once I was able to quit that job, I've been in business for myself now for 3 years, doing something that I really love, and that's educating my community about the importance of financial literacy and also life insurance.
All right, perfect, perfect. And I like the fact that, you took what you had to personally go through and you use that. A lot of people would take things like that and say, I'm sorry, my real estate agent calling, but a lot of people would take things like that as a negative. Like, I just found out my son is deaf. I've been going through this, going through the motions here and there, and just wallow in it. Whereas you took that same information and turned the negative into something positive. Like, I had no clue that your son was deaf. While I was talking to you, you started doing sign language. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, so she's, smart. She knows about insurance.
You're breaking up, Kayla.
My internet. Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
I can hear
Yeah.
you now.
With things being the way they are right now with the economy, we have to have additional income. You have to have some source of income. I was talking about that today on Facebook, how the cost of living is so low, no matter what city and state you live in. And if you do things the right way, you still don't have enough money to finance your life.
That's absolutely right. According to Forbes, now 7 out of 10 Americans don't have $1,000 in their savings account. All right, they don't have $1,000. But here's the question I ask: why is that? It's not that people don't want to save money. It's that we have an income problem. You have the cost of everything going up. Okay, rent is going up now to get a decent place to live. I just recently transitioned to another state from Memphis, Tennessee, to Atlanta. Okay, and right now to actually have a decent like two-bedroom apartment, you're looking at $2,000 per month. All right, the cost of a car is so much more expensive. Right now, people are paying over $1,000 a month for a car note. Gas has gone up. Back in the day, it used to take 99 cents for a gallon of gas. Now we're almost at $4 for a gallon of gas now, right? Groceries are going up. I could go and buy 2 weeks worth of groceries back in the day for $100. Now you look in the basket, you barely have enough for a couple of days. So everything is going up, but except for the pay, all right? Except for the pay. And so that's, you know what that tells us? We need to make some additional income. Let me be honest. I've never seen anyone become financially free working two jobs. Working a second job is not going to get you financially free. It's starting a business, okay? Starting a business. I tell people this all the time. You cannot leave your job to your family. You can go work a job for 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, be the best at that job, but you cannot leave that job to your family. But what you can do, you can leave a business to your family. I was searching to actually get into entrepreneurship, and I found out the life insurance industry was the most affordable, cost just a couple of $100 to get in it, right? Cost less than $50 to get a license, right? In the state of Tennessee, it was less than $50 for me to get my license. Not only that, I was able to find a mentor, all right? A business mentor. How many of you gone to different conferences and signed up for mentors just for one day, probably paid a couple of $100,
I paid for
right?
mentorship and it's thousands of dollars. It's
Thousands.
yeah, it's not cheap.
Yeah. And I found that the insurance industry was the most affordable way, the easiest way to get into entrepreneurship and also gain a mentor as well. And then you can do it on a part-time basis. I wanted to be able to start a business that add value to the community. I want to be able to add value to people, right? And so my knowledge in finance and money is allow me to add value to people because I don't have to go and buy inventory to start this business. All I got to do is educate myself so I can educate you, right?
Well, it's
And
a
then I'm a
service-based business. So, I primarily do taxes. So there's no overhead. You don't have to pay for a brick and mortar. You're providing a service that helps people, helps them become financially wealthy and put more money in your pocket.
absolutely. So you can give back to the community without compromising your income, okay?
Mhm.
Without compromising your income. Let me tell you this. Just a quick story. I was able, because I have a background in healthcare, all right? I've been in healthcare for over 21 years, everyone. Because I have a background in healthcare, I know a lot about different diagnoses and everything. And majority of my team are in the healthcare field as well. All right. So we actually had a young lady that was in her 30s get an insurance policy for me. And some insurance policy, if you don't pay that month, your insurance lapse. Make a long story short, this young lady had this policy for less than a year. Actually, she had it for about 5 months. All right. So she stopped paying it in April of last year. June, I'm sorry, not June, but December of last year, she was in a really bad car wreck and she died. All right. So she hadn't made her payment since April. Here goes December. Me being the agent that I am and knowing how to properly structure an insurance policy, her insurance policy was still in place because of the way I structured it. If she would have died 4 days later, her policy would end up lapsing. I saw that she passed away. I was able to contact her family and let them know, hey, your family member was insured. All right. She left behind 3 children. So I was able to hand deliver her family over 6 figures. Okay. I was able to reinsert wealth back into my community. No, I cannot bring the mom back. All
Right.
right. I
Mm-hmm.
can't bring her back. I know the family, especially her children, wish they had their mom back. But however, I was able to give her children and the family member that took on her children a peace of mind, knowing that your mom cared about you, to show you, to think about you beyond her death. All
Right.
right.
And I think that's what's so taboo within our community because we never want to talk about death. We always like, oh, that's janky or this, that, and the other. I got a phone call today that a coworker of mine when I worked in banking passed away at 37 years old today.
Wow.
She had
Wow.
a sharp pain in her back, thought it was just back spasms, and she had stage 4 sarcoma cancer.
Mm.
So it's I don't know, I just don't have the words for it, but I'm just glad that you yourself and me, now that we partner together, are able to add these additional services, and people can come to people that they feel comfortable with and they know that they can trust.
You, you broken up.
I know my internet went out. Did
There
you
you
hear?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you now.
the stigma that's placed on insurance. People don't know about living benefits. They don't know about annuities. They figure that their money will just be gone. They never heard of a return on premium. What would you say about those type of products and services that people are knowledgeable about, or how they can get started in offering life insurance to their family and friends?
So that's a great question. All right. I was reading this article before that families need a money manager inside of their families, right? That's how the Rockefellers were able to create their wealth. We're still talking about this family hundreds of years after the John Rockefeller passed away, right? So why not be the person that actually makes sure that once your family member or even you pass away, you're leaving wealth behind? Okay. So it's so simple as reaching out to Kayla and saying, hey Kayla, I want to learn how I can make some additional income. So not only are we going to teach you about the different products and services that we are able to offer, but you can also go out there and provide that service to your family as well. All right. Now, when you think about finances, the foundation of finances is life insurance. When you're building a house, do you want to build the foundation first or the roof?
Foundation. I want my structure to be proper.
You want your house to be on solid foundation, right? Well, life insurance is that solid foundation that you need to start with your finances. Think about it, you guys. This is the most simplest way I can explain life insurance. Life insurance is saying, these insurance companies saying, I'm selling $100 bill for pennies on a dollar. How many $100 bills do you want? You're buying money. Okay, you are
Right.
buying money. It's so simple. There's no other investment that you can actually invest, pay monthly, and then in the event that you pass away, you can leave your family to be a millionaire. So it's just that simple, right? And it only takes a couple of hours to do. It only takes a couple of, actually it takes less than an hour to help a family, and then you're able to make that additional income. You can do this in less than 10 hours per week. So it's totally up to you on how long you want to be able to work as well.
Right.
So it's
It
flexible.
blew me back on the call the other night. Was it Monday night? A person who's doing this making $58,000 a month part time. I was
Part
like,
time.
part time, making
Yes.
$58,000 a month, and at the same time, it's like you helping people and you still making a great amount of money at the same time. Hey, Penny. Hey, Janika. You're still making a great amount of money at the same time. So it's like a win-win situation. And
Hmm.
a quick story that I personally have is, I started in the industry in 2021, and unfortunately, I had too many irons in the pot. Really didn't look into it and take it as serious as I could. I could have got licensed so fast. Don't be like me, like try to get it done because you're wasting time. But nevertheless, once I did actually learn about insurance, I found out because I have an autoimmune disease, now I'm uninsurable. Now, the only thing I can get is a final expense policy once I reach, of age. And it's certain things like that that I feel like we're not taught or no one talks about because of it. Or, it might be different other factors that may determine, like, the older you get, the higher your insurance premium is. So it's like trying to pour into people, like, get it done now, get it done now. If you have a policy, review it. Because I thought I had a universal policy that lasted for the rest of my life. Once I actually learned how to read the chart, I realized it ends when I turn 55, 56. I don't plan on passing away at 56 years old. So that's just money gone. But had I
Mm-hmm.
known what I know now, I would have gotten a different type of policy. So some
Mm-hmm.
people think, oh, I have insurance, I'm good. But if you don't know what you purchase, or you just have insurance on your job, then what?
Yeah, that's really great point too, because most people think, well, I have it on my job. Here's a couple of things why you don't want to just have it on your job. Number one, if you get fired, leave your job, or even if you retire, it does not go with you. That's why a lot of elderly people are uninsured. Number two, you're just renting insurance, right? Think about this. When you go to work and you sign up for benefits, that's not a license. Your HR person is not a licensed person that can actually give you financial advice on retirement nor insurance. You really want to sit down and talk to an insurance agent that's for you. The client is actually your employer. You're not the client of that insurance company, right? They have your employer best interest at heart, not yours. That's why you want to get insurance outside of your job, okay? Outside of your job. All right. And then I'll tell you a story, a quick story. My husband, at the time, when I first told him about insurance, he was like, I got insurance on my job. I was like, no, but you need this kind of insurance, right? Trying to convince him to get insurance with me because I just got into the industry, right? Make a long story short, he had to get blood work done because he was on 6 different types of medications for high blood pressure. And in the process of doing that, he had a motorcycle accident and he lost the ability to use his right arm. He thought he had insurance on his job, the accident insurance. Guess what? It never did pay him out. All right. Those insurance companies that are with your job have a whole different set of rules that they have to abide by. And it doesn't have your best interest in heart. Okay. So you want to get with a professional such as myself or Kayla that actually you can talk to and we really care about you so we can steer you in the right way. I also want to talk about retirement too. Most people just think life insurance is for when you die, your family get paid. So not true. All right. You can actually use it while you're still living if you have a medical emergency. If Kayla would have had known about this policy before she got diagnosed with her condition, she would have been getting paid for the rest of her life. Because this new type of life insurance that
Don't
we offer,
remind me. Don't remind.
sorry, Kayla.
Oh,
That's
no.
all right, but you're here to help others, and I love it.
Yes.
This new type of life insurance will cover any medical emergency while you're still living. And also, too, you can actually retire with an insurance product. Most people think that pensions are gone. Pensions are not gone. Your job just does not offer them. You actually have to find a licensed life insurance agent to help you. Again, the key word we're saying is life. We're not talking about death insurance. We're talking about life insurance that help you with every step of in every stage of your life. Now, you can actually get you a life insurance retirement plan. How many of you ever heard about a life insurance retirement plan? Kayla, that's something you can get to that you don't even have to worry about being able to have to get a medical exam because you're paying into what this call as an annuity. And this month is a annuity awareness month as well. And you can actually roll over your retirement. If you got an old 401k, 403b, RA, if you got an old plan, retirement plan at your job, just sitting there, and you're losing money, you can actually roll it over into a life insurance retirement plan. One would be a fixed index annuity, right? You'll never lose money, ever, 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 ever.
Because they
Okay.
don't, because whatever the base rate is, you can never go below that bottom rate, right? You can only gain and make money. You'll never go below the
Right.
bottom rate. So yeah, that's good to
Which
know. A
is a
lot of
zero
people aren't
percent.
aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 0% interest rate. And
Mm-hmm.
okay. And then you don't get taxed on a large amount of money at once. You just get taxed on your payments. that
Mm-hmm.
you're making, well, that they give you each month. Make a long story short, I just had a young lady that retired at 74 years old. She had an old 401k. Now, 401k is actually a retirement savings account. All right. It's a difference between a retirement savings account and a retirement income. You don't want the retirement savings account. All right. You want retirement income that you will pay, that will pay for life. So once you get taxed, all right, with those retirement savings account, they're going to tax you up to 30%. So if you have $100,000 inside of your 401k, most people don't
30,000.
realize, huh?
I said 30,000 gone right off the.
30,000, it's already gone. You
Mm,
only left with 70. And once you use that $70,000 up, that's it. But with our life insurance retirement plan, it pays you for the rest of your life. You do not have to run out of money. In most cases, you don't have to pay taxes because guess what? The IRS has a tax code 7702C that states that any money that is sheltered under life insurance can be accessed tax free. All
hmm.
right. We got to learn these tax codes and we got to learn these cheat codes as well on how we can avoid paying taxes. All right. And so
Absolutely.
that's why the wealthy invest their money into insurance.
Insurance. Right.
Yes, lifetime income. Lifetime income is the goal. That's how you're able to get a pension. Pensions provide lifetime income. Jobs don't do that anymore. A
Hmm.
license,
And they running out of Social Security, mind you. Social Security is almost null and void. So all that money that was paid in Social Security, you may not ever see that.
ever. I know I won't be able to see. I won't be able to see it. Okay. So you guys, you gotta understand right now we are in the middle of a financial crisis that no one is talking about. They are wiping out the middle class. All right. You're either gonna be rich or poor. All right. And this is the time to get your financial foundation in place and leverage life insurance. And I'm telling you, people are catching wind onto life insurance. They're making it harder and harder. They're going to start making it even harder for you to be able to get into these vehicles, and they're eliminating a lot of them. But if you got it, your grandfather in. You need to reach out to Kayla today so she can at least give you a free quote. If you got a policy already, let her review it to see if you have accelerated benefits. So if anything happens to you medically, you can get paid for your rest of your life. And if you are looking for a retirement, if you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, you have to have something saved for retirement right now. Because I'm here to tell you, I have 3 grown sons. Don't depend on your children to take care of you in retirement. That's your responsibility. I used to run
Yeah.
an ER.
Mm.
And let me tell you, every holiday, and when they get tired of the parents, they would come straight to the emergency room. All
Mm.
right? So get that financial foundation together. All
I
right?
have a question for you. So I get it, like I said, because personal things I've been through, and because like I said, became licensed, so I learned a lot in that process. How do we change the mindset of those who are still young, like in their 20s and their 30s, and they have the opportunity to get a good policy for a great amount of money, or they have the opportunity to make additional income, but they're not seeing the value? Because I can talk to my face turn blue, but what can we do as a community to help people actually see the value in insurance? Because I don't want to treat people, and I had this conversation with you before, as a transaction. I'm really looking more so for transformation, but transformation of their mindset, transformation of growth for themselves, so they do have that financial planning in all aspects of life.
Well, that is a great question. Very great question. And what I've learned that nowadays, the younger generation, if you don't have yourself in order and your finances in order yourself, they're not going to listen to you. All right. You got to be able to be the change they want to see. Right. Kayla, you do really good for yourself. So you're setting a really good example. Right. So what I do, I have to recommend them to come and look at the people that are actually making money. Like my mentor, Matt Sapala. He was able to buy his Rolls Royce from his insurance policy, borrow the money for your insurance policy, right? And then showing them that you can actually become a millionaire just by saving the amount of money that you would spend on brunch on a weekly basis, just saving that. You could become a millionaire within 20 years. And so we have to be better financial stewards ourselves, because a lot of times the generation Z, they're not listening,
So leading
right?
by example.
They're not listening because they looking at you go to work, you work 40 hours a week, you working 50 hours a week, you tired, you ain't got no money. How you gonna tell me about money?
Right. So leading
You,
by example, basically. But I want to
exactly.
do, and I do want to give kudos to you, definitely, because I really do appreciate everything you've done for me and with what you've told me and showed me so far. When I tell you that, even though we met like maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, when I went into the office, it was such a different experience, such a different vibe, such a different energy to see young Black men and young Black women dressed in professional attire, running their own business, excited about making money, excited about helping people. I was like, what the heck am I doing wrong? I need to go find my son. He's 25 years old. Why is he not doing this? Why is he working two jobs, busting his butt? And he's, like you said, he sees what, what I do. But sometimes it always takes an outside person in order for people to say, oh, okay, now I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
go ahead.
Thank you so much for that. Our children are parent deaf. You know, I don't even talk to my son. I have a 26-year-old. My son is doing really great for himself. He has over 6 figures saved right now. So I let my mentor talk to him. All right. Because they're not going to listen to us. You know what I'm saying? We mom. Right. So
Right.
you got to
I need to
let
get
them.
Ellis on the phone.
Yes.
I need to get Ellis on the phone.
That's
Okay, I
it.
got
That's
get my
it. That's
brother and
it.
my son. Well, all four of my brothers and my son together and get Ellis on the phone because
That's it.
they ain't listening. Before
Yeah.
we wrap it up, is there anything else that you wanted to say? As far as products.
Yes. So as we approach the 100 days of summer, we're on a campaign here.
Sucks in Georgia, so hopefully you heard me.
No, I didn't. I just heard
I
sucks in
said, is there
Georgia.
anything else you want to say before we wrap things up? I know we have a business call in about 30 minutes. Is there anything else that you wanted to say or provide, to anybody in case they have any questions, or let them know how to reach you?
Yes, yes, yes. So I wanted to say this. I'm leading with this campaign for 100 days this summer. Our goal is to help 100 families. All right. Educate 100 families on how they become financially free. We're going to educate 100 families on how they can make $3,000 in 100 days, in less than 100 days. And we also want to be able to insert wealth in 100 different communities as well. All right. So if you want to learn more about how you can get a free financial lifestyle strategy where we can help you with your day-to-day finances, if you want to make sure that you are properly on track for retirement, if you want to make sure that your policy has cash value to where you can borrow in it, or even if you have those living benefits, reach out to Kayla. Let her know. All right. Say, Kayla, hey, I want a free look period. I want a free financial lifestyle strategy. I want a free retirement quote. I want to make sure I'm on track for retirement, or even I want to make some additional income. I want to spend these 100 days making at least $3,000. How can you help me? All right. So reach out to Kayla, let her know that you're interested, and I'll be so happy to help out in any way that I can.
All right, thank you so much. And once again, for those who don't know me, my name is Kayla Joshua, and you can definitely reach me at joinkayla.com. It'll take you directly to my website. So if you click on the life insurance link, then you'll be able to fill out an intake form for us to do an evaluation to make sure that are getting the best policy that there is. Or if you do have questions about making additional income and you're ready to run with us with this campaign, like, how do I get started? How do I make this 300K? We're already in June. So we only got the rest of the month of June and July, maybe the first week of August. So if you're ready to hop on this train and make this money, definitely not what they call it, gatekeeping. We definitely
Yeah, we
not
don't
gatekeeping
gatekeep.
over here, okay? We sharing the information in every way, shape, or form. All right. So
Yes.
thank you guys who joined tonight. If you watch the replay, go ahead and drop a 2 underneath the comments. Like I said, you can reach me on my website as well. And we're definitely here to assist you. Okay. And I know you can be anywhere, but thank you for tuning in tonight. And
Thank you,
thank you,
Kayla.
Sheila. Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a good night, everyone. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye bye.